Okay, Alicia, The Danish Girl is a fascinating story about somebody who pioneered transitioning, what we now know as transitioning, at a time when the conservative viewpoint was definitely what prevailed. I feel as though we still have issues with that today. I wondered, why do you think, with that in mind, that this is the right time to bring The Danish Girl to the big screen?
Well, I think knowing that Gail Mutrix, our producer, actually have worked passionately for 15 years to get this film off the ground, I think it has always been a story that has been worth to be told. And I was actually surprised when I read the script, and like people today, I went online and tried to find as much information as you could about this couple, and I was kind of surprised that, first of all, in the end, a lot of information out there was inaccurate, ambiguous. It was, and it felt like society itself have kind of like put a lid on this story. So I'm just thrilled to see that it seems, like you said, a lot of the issues that Lili and Gerda goes through are still the reality for most of the people in the transgender community. But it's wonderful to see that in media and socially, it feels like it's a change and awareness that are now brought up and discussions that are out there.
Now, I've read that Eddie had the chance to meet with a lot of people who have transitioned in the past, and I wondered whether you'd had the chance to meet with anybody who'd been in Gerda's position, i.e. the cisgender spouse.
I did. It was actually, I met a lot of people who had been family members or friends or loved ones, but it was something about when I picked up this book called My Husband is a Woman Now, by a woman called Leslie Fabians. And it's one of those cases when she did stay. She is still with her spouse today. And I read the book, and it kind of became like my Bible. I had it with me because it was something also, even with all the other stories I had heard, that one just kind of in my head clocked with how I pictured Gerda. And I called her halfway through and said I just wanted to kind of give this woman thank you because her book meant so much. And in the end, she was so generous and just opened up, and I spent a few hours on the phone with her, with this person that actually came to our premiere in LA, but I didn't get the chance to see her because she had to go so early afterwards. But she was a great friend and support throughout this film.
There's another fantastically transformative performance from Eddie Redmayne in The Danish Girl. You get to share almost every scene with him. Tell us about working with Eddie.
It was extraordinary seeing the immense amount of work that he had put in to bring such sensibility to this character, really. And also to see that he was able to... I love how it's a journey throughout this film of Lili finding her femininity and her true self, but in the end, it just feels like it's the core of that person, and the kind of fluidity with gender is kind of just erased a bit, and that takes an immense amount of... He's probably one of the most hardworking actors I worked with.
And finally, Alicia, you've worked with Derek Cianfrance, Joe Wright, and currently Paul Greengrass, I hear.
Some incredible filmmakers.
Some incredible filmmakers. So how does Tom Hooper compare to those? What unique properties does he bring to a project?
I thought it was incredible that because in this film, it's you feel quite lucky to have... It was a very small film when it came to shooting a lot of the scenes, because it's a very intimate view into this relationship. So there was a lot of scenes that was me and Eddie and Tom, and he's also he cares about his actors so much. He fought for us to have 2-3 weeks of rehearsals, and he was so good at just giving very simple, clean inputs. With sometimes it was just a word or just a tiny thought that made us go on whatever he saw our struggle to find was probably on the monitor, and that shows a very immense amount of emotional intelligence.
Alicia Vikander, pleasure to speak with you again.
Thank you so much for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey